recording, and where's my slides? But we did complain enough that we got some of the senior electives back. And I think that's what it's going to take, is send emails to kyle.winfrey@nau.edu. Oh, I'm recording. We have to fix things, and we have to let them know that, you know, the things that are not working for the students. Okay. We went through that, and then we have a binary weighted resistor. Ooh, look at this. 1 op amp, some resistors, and oh, great. And the McCaffrey virus. What I'm going to do here, now this is really important, and you may see this again. I'm sorry. This is an op amp, and according to the rules of op amps, if I ground one of the input terminals, the other input terminal, since this one's tied to ground, will also be at ground. It's a virtual short between these two. And the reason why, if you think about that diff amp structure, if those two don't approximately equal each other, I saturate it. So this is the feedback keeps this true. So if this is 0 volts, this has to be 0 volts. Golden rules of op amps. Now, what I'm going to do here is I have a choice here for each one of these bits of tying it to either ground or tying it to VREF. Now, if it's tied to ground, then I have 0 volts on one side of a resistor and 0 volts on the other side. The current's going to be 0. If I tie the switch instead to VREF, then the current going through that resistor is going to be VREF minus 0 over 2R. So this one could contribute VREF over 2R. This bit right here, if it gets turned on to VREF, will contribute VREF over 4R. And each one of, and so it's a smaller current. And as the currents get summed by the magic of KCL into this node, they all have to flow through this resistor. So I get a bigger current flowing through this resistor, I'm going to have more voltage out. Of course, it's inverting, I'm going to have more negative voltage out. And the voltage gain will be R over, it's VF over R, R feedback over RN. Okay, sorry, I was trying to do that with V's and it wasn't coming out of my mouth. R feedback over the sum of all the R's and will be the gain of that. So I can control the gain of the amplifier and I can modulate what V out is based upon which switches are closed. So if B1 is true, I put the switch in this position. If B1's false, I tie it to ground. And I go through the string all like that. How many, I hate you, Kathy. Oh, oops. How many different, the total resistance in terms of R, N bits, it would be 2 to the N times R. Would be our most significant bit. So 4 and plus 2 to the N minus 1 times R plus ... all the way down would be the total resistance. What is the current?
So time switches to ground.
What?
Time switches to ground on the inactive terminal?
Yeah, if it's 0.
Is that because the resistors are actually capacitors in disguise, or
okay, the switch cap circuits I'll talk about 490 in the fall. But for these resistor here, if I tie it to 0, this node is tied to 0 through the virtual connection here. So if I tie 0 to 0, I have 0 current going through there.
Sure.
When I sum the currents going into this node, will have to equal the currents going out. This one will contribute 0 to it, and then it will not add to V out.
Sure. So why don't
Yeah.
you just leave those terminals open?
Leave them, because they're dangling and they pick up all kinds of noise. Then they're antennas. Okay. And you might have, and then the worst thing that could happen is some of this current might find a parasitic path to someplace else if it's floating. Some of the current might flow back through that resistor. Yeah. Current in each resistor, what is V out? Okay, so N equals 3. We want to, let's just erase this and set it up the way I was supposed to do. Oh, hey, is it, oh yeah, it is that late. Okay, we'll talk about this one again. You may see this one again. Okay, see who's here really quickly. Gabriel, Balderrama, Danielle, Mouse, and Victor. Okay. Okay. All right. We'll see you guys. That was my last slide. This is a really good one to study if you want to take the final exam.
I have a question, Julie.
Yes.
About
Okay.
the final exception.
Yes.
As soon as I submit the lab 4, does it need to be graded so I don't go to the final, or only submit it?
I'll look at it and see if it's finished.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
What I'll do is I'll put a little column in BB Learn that says final grade, and if you have an A in there, you're done. You don't have to take the final.
So I have an A. So
Yes.
but I didn't submit the lab 4. I'm gonna
Yeah, so-
submit it on like Thursday.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll wait till they're due before I check them.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank
Okay, I'll see you.
Yeah.
Last semester, I did 0 homework, 0 for his class. I got 52% note last semester. 0 homework, 52% of the time, 72% average time.
There are sometimes curves. Uh-huh. Oh,
I ended the semester with a 62%.